So does one life equals 8 billion people? Help me do the math here. A life versus a planet. Fantastic! Out, people! And yes, this movie is asking us just one question. Just one question. Would you trade the life of just one baby versus the life of 8 billion people on the planet? And I know Cap likes to say this thing all the time.
We don't trade lives, Vision.
But seriously, I mean seriously, this baby is not even showing its true form yet. You are doing all these tests on this baby, and this baby is acting like it doesn't have any superpower. And this is the baby you want to sacrifice the whole planet for. Seriously? So here's the tea. The Fantastic Four movie opens up with a beautiful scenery of the 1960s. I'm talking beautiful sets, beautiful pictures, beautiful props. The aesthetics is just on point. It goes straight to the point. You know, we don't have all those long backstories. Of course, we all know the Fantastic Four. So we love that. And then it hits you with the biggest trolley problem ever devised in cinematic history. A baby versus a billion people. Who will you choose? Yeah, and I know Captain America likes to say, we don't trade lives. But bro, this is a choice between complete destruction or sacrifice. We're not even talking about lives here. This is a life versus a planet. This is more like
we don't trade
planets. This is a whole life versus 8 billion people. One life versus more lives. That's basically the question here. And I know, yes, when you start looking at me like, wait, do I want to sacrifice the baby? No. When you start looking at me like, I am the bad person. Listen to the question. This movie asks a very difficult question that I think, speaks to humanity. When I was watching it, I felt a little bit conflicted too. So before you come for me, I need you to think very well. I saw Shogun in a bid for a man to actually defend his honor. Killed his kid and he killed himself. He did Sudoku to actually defend his honor and the honor of his master. Now that's a freaking masterpiece. I mean, we all saw that film. I saw that film and I felt like, that's honorable. That's something strong. That's a sacrifice for the greater good. I mean, all you people saw it too. And you don't condemn the guy in the film. So don't come for me. These heroes are already celebrities. They are giving the best of everything. The government, support from the whole UN. I've never seen this kind of support before. So you guys are like the saviors of the whole world. They're big celebrities. They're everywhere. And then this time for them to ask the very difficult question, and the first thing they said was nope. Like, let me repeat again. I'm not in support of sacrificing the baby. I'm just saying let's ask this question very, very well. I mean, obviously in the real world scenario, the Fantastic Four are all Republicans, because if it was Democrat, I have just one word: Planned Parenthood. So basically this was the biggest question the movie was asking. And if it's just that, I would have said okay, maybe. So you left the planet to go fight Galactus. You got there, tried to strike a bargain, and basically got the biggest trolley problem. And then you ran. You fled the scene. You now came back. There was this press conference that was already set up, and you went ahead and tell the truth. The truth? I mean, think of it from a perspective of a civilian on this planet. Listening to these superheroes talk about we are not in the business of trading lives. If I was one of the people, I might actually steal this baby myself and give him to Galactus just so he lives us alone. I just don't know how anybody in planet accepted these times and just stay cool and calm with it. From Galactus' perspective, this guy is just doing his 9 to 5. Going about looking for his daily 2K. Devour a planet, move on. Devour a planet, move on. And planet Earth is just another planet that he came across and he felt like it was good for him. There's a cosmic balance that this guy has to keep. And this guy is trying to do his work. And thirdly, your plan to fight this guy is to move the whole planet. Teleport the whole planet. Seriously. Is this not time for us to consider the baby, the Jesus that we have, to sacrifice on the cross of Calvary? Come on, get off it. I mean, you put together this whole massive plan of, transforming the whole earth, creating all these devices. You went through all this plan and you could not think of the first thing first. Of let's say we even give this baby to him. Let's even see what he's going to do first. Because if you move the planet to another universe, what if he disappears? This guy travels a whole cosmic space. What if he follows you there? Because now he has now seen this kid that he really needs. What gives you the assurance that he won't follow you to the place that you jumped the whole earth to? Assuming you could teleport the whole planet without killing or maybe moving or destroying anything, because I don't even understand how you teleport a whole spinning globe in the first place. Planet that is moving over thousands of miles per hour in the first place without a moment that really just snaps someone into two while you are doing the teleportation. So basically that's a really terrible plan. I expected something much more inevitable from our superheroes, something much more concrete. But teleportation, the whole planet, come on. But credits for where credit is due, my bro. The labor scene where our superheroes were coming back from their voyage and they were being literally sucked into a black hole was one of the biggest and the highest point of this movie. Trust me, I was on the edge of my seat. I can feel the tension between the birds and that experience, you know. A lot of movies try to play with this kind of thing, but they don't really get that balance really well because they actually focus on just the science and the whole tension of the people being sucked into a literary black hole that we as humans don't really have the empathy to actually sympathize with. This thing is so distant from us. So when you're seeing all these big set pieces of, you know, actors being sucked into a deep hole, you just don't really care as much. But when you put a pregnant woman, something we all could relate to, into the same scene at the same time, it takes this thing into rocket mode, bro. And that becomes my favorite scene in the movie. I'm literally stealing that idea for my next film. I don't care if it's a rom-com, if it's a comedy series, if it's anything, I'm going to put somebody who's about to give birth near a black hole. I don't care what I'm going to do. And that runtime is short, it's sweet, it's straight to the point. They don't waste anybody's time. They don't give us too much backstory. It's all about the events and what happens. Straight, concise, and I love that. I love the tension. The sound score was good. CGI was on point. I love the fact that the 1960s blend with the CGI and the aesthetics, everything kind of works. And it's a breath of fresh air to these big cinematic movies. The dialogue is surprisingly very human. I mean, I love the scene where the conflicts between the husband and wife. Although the lead character is in everything nowadays, I love him as Mr. Fantastic, being the one with the strategic talk, being the one thinking things out loud. You know, he's the one actually considering the sacrifice, and the wife is basically saying no, that's not something that we would actually even dare to do. You don't even think it, don't even talk about it. And I love that, and I love that tension between both of them. It's something that you should really watch out for. So this movie is chaos, it's compassion, it's everything, emotion mixed into a very short runtime, and I love the fact that this movie actually delivers what it promises on. The marketing rollout is something to look forward to. I love all the popcorn buckets that I'm seeing everywhere, although we didn't see that in Nigeria here. But do I agree with the Fantastic Four and the plan to teleport the whole planet to another universe entirely? No. Would I watch this movie again? Yes! Because a fantastic watch. It's a very lovely film to see. And I think Marvel is finally digging themselves gradually from this pit that they actually dug themselves in for a long time. To the writers, I would actually recommend, let's stay away from big celestial bodies, right? You know, all these huge celestial beings. I think you should actually try and introduce them very, very slowly, because once you're aware of these beings in this universe, it just raises more questions. Is Galactus' ship still orbiting the planet? Like, is his world-eating machine still turned on? You know, this guy left briefly to just come and pick this kid up and then left the whole machine running. What is going to happen to all of that? That just leaves a lot of questions unanswered. So that's it for me today. But please don't come for me about the baby. I am serious. Do you think that plan actually really makes sense in real life situation, to actually sacrifice the baby, or to actually do this old superhero we don't trade life thing that Cap used to do? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll be there responding to every single one. Trust me. Thank you very much. My name is Samuel Olateru, and I love talking about movies. If you'd like to see where I said something controversial about Ironheart, you can actually check my next video right here. Peace.